Ladies and gentlemen, the following is another exciting episode of the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. I'm your host, that ocean crossing, straight up bossing, flight catching, shot glass snatching, half amazing, half awesome, fresh off a trip from the city of Boston. No cap, straight facts, the worldwide starboy, Remy Blue. But it's not about us. You see, we have a special guest tonight. No, not a special guest. Well, we do have a special guest, but we have a special event tomorrow, courtesy of WWE, called WrestlePalooza. And I know it's been what 26 years since that name has been used, or maybe it's been used before. I don't know, Bobby. Your memory might be better than mine, but it's been, let's say, at least 2 decades since that banner has been used, and their WWE is bringing it back. So, with that being said, we're gonna go through the card of WrestlePalooza tonight. And joining us, as always, one of our special guests who we always enjoy having on the show, a guy who I've known for 20 years, man. We should do a friendship anniversary next time we're in the same town. I don't think that town's gonna be ready though, because we're kind of we're kind of like Method Man and Red Man, like Jay and Silent Bob. Like we're not exactly, men in white hats.
Yeah,
But everybody, welcome to the show, Bobby Stryker. Bobby, how you feeling tonight, man?
good man. Just a little bit tired, but I'm ready.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, trust me. I said let me do this tonight because tomorrow I got to be up and early, and for work. So I'm like, let me just knock this out tonight. It's only like it's a very short card. That's the beauty of the shows now. All their matches are like 5 or 6, and that's it. And I'm cool with that. I mean, sometimes less is more. And that's what I like with their one thing I like with their shows. Like I remember when I went to SummerSlam, I think I left there like around 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, and that was it. I got back. By the time I got home, I was still it was still early in the night. Not too late out, and that's good. But I like how they're doing this. So we have 5 matches. I gotta ask you, how do you feel about the card though?
I wish there's more title. There's only two title matches, but
Okay.
all matches seem good though.
Yeah, but yeah, that's cool, but at the same time, I like how they've built up each of these matches.
Yeah, it's
I
insane.
mean, some of these are rivalries. Some of these, yeah, they're championship matches, but there's also a huge rivalry behind them as well too.
Yeah,
There's history behind several of these competitors. So we're gonna touch on that history as well too. So for those of you listening and watching, wherever you are, whether it's the comfort of your own homes or the comfort of somebody else's home, or wherever you feel comfortable, feel free to give your own opinions, your own predictions as to what you think is going to happen. We always, we here at Ringside Society, we always encourage fan interaction and fan feedback. So, by all means, feel free to give us your own opinions or your predictions as to what's going to happen at WrestlePalooza. So, with that being said, let's get into this card. So, we have WrestlePalooza, and it's emanating from the Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, Indiana. Shout out to the great folks over there in Indiana. I believe that is where the Celtics play, and it's a pretty nice. Yup, it's where the not Celtics. Sorry, my bad, my bad. Please don't crucify me. Please don't try to delete me, all my NBA fans. That's where the Indiana Pacers play. Correct? Yes, the Indiana Pacers, and also the Indiana Fever. So I've been there before. Bobby, have you ever been to Indiana? Have you ever been to the game, that particular place, or no?
I never been really to North Coast. To North anywhere.
Yeah, I
the
went there.
far, the farthest I've been to North is New Jersey. That's the first I've been north.
Okay. So
Yeah.
crazy enough, that the funny thing about Indiana, I'm gonna digress here a bit. I'm gonna veer off the path that we're going on in a bit for a bit. But I was actually there this January for Royal Rumble. It was January, February. Yeah, it's January for Royal Rumble because I'd never been to a Royal Rumble, and then I was halfway thinking about it, halfway not. Because initially, what I was going to do, I was going to go to London, but then when WWE announced that they're going to be putting, they're going to be having the next Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia, I was like, okay, I don't know how to get to Saudi Arabia. I know nothing about Saudi Arabia. I'm sure it's a nice place, but I'm not gonna go there. I'm just gonna, you know, grit my teeth, grin and bear, and just go to skip the London trip, which I love London as well too, and just go to Indiana for a Royal Rumble. And the Gainbridge Fieldhouse, that's where I saw my first ever SmackDown, and that was an enjoyable time. It's a ginormous place. And the great thing about the field, so for those of you that don't know the field house, I could tell you right now, if you're going to go to the field house for this event and you're going to bring your backpack, they do not, and this is with many other stadiums and ballparks, I guess, they do not allow backpacks in there. They actually, but however, there is a place across the street, literally across the street, I believe it's a hotel, that for a small fee, they will hold your backpack for you or your bag for you while you're at that event. And once you're done, you go back out, go across the street, make sure you have your number, your number tag, give it to them, and they will actually give you back your bag. So just a heads up, if you're planning on going there with your backpack, just know you will not be let in. So you can either leave it at home, or like I said, if you really want to, just pay the fee and have them hold it for you. But other than that, that's a great area. Um, yeah, so it's a really interesting place. So yeah, they're going to be at the Gamebridge Fieldhouse, and we have 5 matches here. So let's get into this card. Let's get into the nitty gritty. So the card we have here, we have 5 matches, and the first match that we have is going to be. Let me get the card up real quick. It's going to be a singles match. This match has a lot of history behind it. Man, Bobby, I'm not gonna put our ages out here, but back in the day when these two first had it out, we were two, young guys, we were younger guys, and we're still young, but younger guys, fresh out of high school, you know, fresh off of doing the cross chops and DX cross chops and the people's eyebrows, and you know, still causing trouble. And these guys, when we were doing that, these guys were having the first leg of their rivalry. And I'm talking about the match that's going to be John Cena, the Doctor of Thugonomics, versus the Beast, Brock Lesnar. Man, these guys have had these guys have had a long running feud, man. I don't think they've ever tag teamed before either.
No, they never. I can see they never tag together.
I don't think they've ever tag team, but man, I remember when they first feuded, Brock Lesnar was the beast. John Cena was, doing his basic thugonomics thing. And then, Brock Lesnar left, and John Cena rose up to being the guy in WWE. And then when 8 years after Brock Lesnar left, he returned, and we had a bit of a feud there between John Cena and Brock Lesnar again. This time John Cena was, you know, goody two shoes, super, as we called him, Super Cena, eating the fruity pebbles and getting the powers and whatnot, not losing matches that easily. And he was rising above hate. Man, that time when Brock Lesnar came back, the fans were cruel to that man. I always appreciated John Cena, but the fans were just cruel to that guy. But and now we have him again. Brock Lesnar, different variation. He has the long hair, the goatee, and we have John Cena, who's a movie star now on his retirement tour. I gotta ask you, Bobby, who you got for this match?
It's a little tough decision because I know John Cena's on his way out, and Brock Lesnar. I guess he's on his way out too. Because I mean, I don't know. He isn't stage retiring, but he's they're around the same age, I guess. But I'm going to go with this on a limb, take the unpopular vote. I'll say Brock Lesnar's gonna win.
Okay. Um.
Because last time they fought, you know what happened? He kicked John Cena's ass.
Yeah. Honestly, I hope Brock Lesnar's not on his way out because it would be a shame if they do if they do him like this. Like if Brock Lesnar is on his way out, I hope they do a nice little retirement tour for him. Like the man deserves it. I'm not a Brock Lesnar fan. You know, I never was, but I appreciate what he's done for the business. Although he left in a rather crazy way. Well, not so crazy way, but he left in a crazy way 21 years ago after having that match against Bill Goldberg, and he you know did his thing in UFC, came back. I never was a fan, but you know I always made sure I watched his matches. I always made sure I never went and made his match a bathroom break. Then again, I never made any match a bathroom break because when you got to go, you got to go. And if I didn't have to go, well,
And
I'm
again,
gonna say I didn't.
Brock Lesnar put people in seats.
Yeah, he did.
That's
He
why they
did.
bring it back.
He didn't put me in a seat though. But I mean, if he told me, "Hey, Remy, sit yourself down," I'd obviously sit down because I don't want to beef with that man. But I mean, I didn't just pay this. I never really paid just to see Brock Lesnar. I paid to see other people as well alongside Brock Lesnar. But
I know,
if
but a lot of people from UFC know Brock Lesnar is, so he
oh
gets a
yeah,
little more push than other
yeah.
people.
Honestly, no, I'm lying. I did pay to see Brock Lesnar once, and that was in that was my first ever UFC match that I saw. It was
Yeah,
Brock Lesnar versus Cain Velasquez.
we were at Hot Shots watching that.
Yeah. No, we were.
Yeah, I told you
I
you
don't think
came
I saw.
down.
I think I went to that thing by myself. I don't think you were
No,
there, bro.
I was there. I told you to come down there. You
I
met
know
me
you.
down there.
I know we used to go there for wrestling matches, but UFC matches, I
We
don't.
went there. We went there too. I remember that like it was yesterday.
Or maybe, or I don't know. Maybe you were. 'Cause I know I went to like two or three matches, UFC matches at Hot Shot. Oh man, you taking me back now. Oh man, I
Yeah,
got some. I got.
we were
We
there.
got some stories. We got some stories about hot shots. I know we're not gonna say. I mean, I could say probably one that is appropriate for to say on here, and it's nothing crazy. It's nothing crazy. It's just
Yeah,
little jokes that we had back then that because we know people are gonna get offended. So
yeah.
yeah, we rather not say
We'll
it.
talk about another day.
Yeah. We'll another day. If you ever see us outside of YouTube, in person, yes, we will definitely tell you all our crazy. But one joke I had, I remember there. So before I go any further, I'm gonna choose John Cena for this. I don't. This is his retirement tour. Last time John Cena fought Brock Lesnar, he was shook. Brock Lesnar had a lot of he got a lot of offense. I'm sorry that they're doing good heel John Cena versus no, face John Cena versus heel Brock Lesnar. I wish it was the other way around. That way we could see how things would have gone. But it is what it is. But I'm gonna go with John Cena. I think John Cena is definitely gonna, overcome Brock in this match. But before we go on to the next match, I remember one time I was there for a UFC match. I think it was Anderson Silva versus Vito Belfort, and Waitress was there, and she was like, and for those of you that don't know, I'm a generous tipper. I always, I've been in that situation where I relied on tips, to make a living. So I'm a generous tipper as well. And there was a waitress there. And I remember that I think I paid for a meal or something. This was like 2011 when, things weren't so ridiculously high and whatnot. I mean, they were kind of high, but they weren't so ridiculously high as they were now. I mean, you could have gotten like two cheeseburgers and fries and a drink for like under $5 if back then, if you remember. But I remember I ordered something, and I the waitress gave me my bill, and I gave her, I think it was a 20. And mind you, this was like a and I'm not trying to boast here either. It's just how generous I could be at times. And mind you, it all came up to like $10 or something like that, everything together. And I was like, hey, here you go. And I told her, I looked at her, I'm like, hey, the rest is yours. You can go ahead. And that was like $10 or something that was supposed to get back. I said, yeah, that you could keep the rest. And the look on her face when she was like, her eyes lit up. She's like, "Oh my god, thank you!" And I'm like, "Okay, I guess she must have been having a rough night." But yeah, that's one of my hot shot stories. Um, man, lots of great memories, Bobby. Man, you bringing up, yo. Every time I still go back to Fort Lauderdale sometimes. Like I was there like earlier in June,
Hmm.
and man, the memories, man. Every corner I turned, every road I drove down to, there was always some story I have, man. Man, I tell you, I kind of miss that place.
Yeah.
So the next match we have is a tag team match, and it's gonna be I was thinking about this match earlier today as I was right when I was coming from the barber, and I was wondering who would I pick for this match? Who would I pick to win this match? And I'll let you go first. So the match we're talking about is a tag team match between the Usos, the longest reigning WWE Tag Team Champions. I think they might have the most reigns as well too. But the Usos, main event Jay Uso and Big Jimmy Uso versus the Vision, which are the team of Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. And of course, they most likely will be accompanied by the Oracle Paul Heyman. Bobby, who you got for this one, man?
I'm gonna go with the Vision on this.
You and I have great minds. I was thinking about this too, and I was like, initially I was gonna pick the Usos, but then I thought to myself, and don't get me wrong, the Usos have years, a decade and change of being a tag team. Like they're that tag team that doesn't miss. But what I've been seeing lately is Jay is kind of like in his own world. I think there's a bit of dissension there. So I'm gonna go with the Vision picking up this win. And by the way, the Vision are no for those of y'all that don't know, the Vision are no slackers. I mean, Braun Breaker is the son of the dog faced gremlin Rick Steiner, you know, who was one half of which tag team? The Steiner brothers. Bobby, I know you remember the Steiner brothers. I know you've
Yeah.
seen several matches of the Steiner brothers. And if you grew up watching wrestling in the 90s or even the 80s when they first debuted, you knew that tag team was no joke. Everywhere they went, they held tag team titles, whether it was WCW, whether it was WWE or the WWF as it was known at that time they were there, or whether it was, over in Japan, these men dominated. And I am pretty sure Rick Steiner and Scott Steiner sat down their son slash nephew respectively and schooled him on game about tag team wrestling. Probably showed him some, video clips of what it is and what's up with tag team wrestling and how to go about it. So, and plus, Braun is already a former tag team champion. You know, he actually held the NXT tag team titles with um, Baron Corbin. So he's no slouch to this. Bronson Reed, I'm also familiar with him. I'm actually more familiar with his pre-WWE work. In case y'all don't know, he was actually a part of a tag team called not tag team, a stable called TMDK, the Mighty Don't Kneel. And who else was in TMDK? Well, a couple of names you might remember: Mikey Nichols, Shane Haste, um, Duke Hudson of Chase U, and former WWE Cruiserweight Classic competitor Damian Slater. And there was also Marcius Pitt and Slex as well too. But that's neither here nor there. Bronson Reed has held tag team titles as well too. And he was also in a tag team with um he was also in a tag team. Oh, I forgot the other guy in TMDK was Hartley Jackson, who's actually in New Japan Pro Wrestling. And speaking of Hartley Jackson, Bronson Reed has held tag team championships with Harley Jackson with Marcia Spitz. So the man is experienced in tag team wrestling, and he's also been a tag team with a brief tag team with Duke Hudson called Sex Rock. Now I know the name sounds funny, but back in the day, before he signed with WWE, Bronson Reed was known as Jonah Rock, and Duke Hudson was known as Elliot Sexton. So they kind of did a combination thing there. So don't label me as trying to go back to the Attitude Era. That's what they put their tag team name as. So I'm gonna go with Bronson Reed and um Braun Breaker picking up the win. That's gonna be all them right there. So the Usos, I see from what I'm seeing right now, I got a feeling that there's gonna be some dissension that might lead to a breakup between these two. Sad to see, but it is what it is. I just I just hope that one thing I'm hoping is Jimmy gets at least a singles title run, even if it's for like a month. I hope he gets that chance. So the next match we have is a mixed tag team match. Bobby, I know you're gonna like this one. It's gonna be CM Punk, the best in the world, and also AJ Lee, his wife, one of the best, in my opinion, one of the best females on the mic, versus Seth Rollins. Well, let me redo that statement. The visionary, the revolutionary Seth Rollins and his wife, the man Becky Lynch. Bobby, who you got for this one?
Okay. I love AJ, don't get me wrong. But I also love Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. I'm a big CM Punk fan, never was. I think CM Punk and AJ are going to get the win, but I would like to see Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch get the win, but I don't think they're going to get it with AJ's return. I don't see her losing her first match back. What I would like to see is what do I like to see? I like to see Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch win, and AJ challenge Becky for the women's Intercontinental title and win it from her.
Okay.
That's what I want to see.
Hmm. All right. Um, you're not a fan of CM Punk? Wow, that's
Never,
crazy.
never was.
Okay.
The guy's too arrogant for me. I can't stand him.
He what?
He's too arrogant to me. Seth Rollins is too, but I think Seth Rollins is. I just think he's one of the most talented people that he has, in my opinion.
I mean, when you're calling yourself the best in the world, how would you expect them to be humble? Like, I'm the best in the world. It's nobody. No, he's best in the world. I mean, yeah, he's gonna sound arrogant. When you make that when you make that proclamation for yourself, of course it's gonna come with arrogance. It's not gonna come with being, oh, I'm the best in the world. I'm the world's strongest man.
That's the world
I'm
that
the richest. I'm the richest man in foot. It doesn't match. You know what I'm saying? You got to say it with your chest. But yeah, honestly, I think CM Punk and AJ Lee are gonna get the win. I think they're gonna do that. We're gonna see that. I'm just glad AJ Lee's back. I would never forget when her iconic promo where she said, "Talent is not sexually transmitted." She said that to Nikki Bella when she was dating John Cena at the time, and I was like, "Wow!" Like that was she is just spitting fire. See, I'm like CM Punk taught her a thing or two about cutting a promo. But yeah, I'm gonna go with CM Punk and AJ Lee.
Yeah, I'll never forget when AJB had the title from WrestleMania, and then Paige came down and Paige beat her like in 15 seconds.
Yeah, I will say this. I'm gonna say this right now. Seth Rollins may be a revolutionary, but if you ask me, AJ Lee is one of two people. The other one being Saraya that revolutionized the women's division. That's what I'm gonna say. She and Saraya were the start of it, and whether you like her or not, you have to give that to her. You have to give that to her because before Saraya and AJ were on the scene, everybody was wearing bikinis and doing photo shoots. You had to look like a model to get ahead. And granted, AJ Lee looks like she could easily model, and so could Saraya, but that's not their personality. I mean, AJ Lee was like a you know punk rock girl next door. You know, would play football with the boys and everything. And Saraya looked like, that cool homegirl that's goth and, goes to all the rock concerts and would be in a mosh pit and do a stage dive and stuff. So, you know, she's definitely she's definitely a revolutionary, if you ask me. So the next match we have is a singles match. Bobby, I know you're going to be watching this one closely because I think one of these two women are actually one of your favorites. We have the defend. It's a singles match for the vacant women's world championship, which was vacated by Naomi. Congratulations to Naomi. She's expecting her first child with her husband Jimmy Uso. So congratulations to her for that. Unfortunately, she had to vacate the title. So we have Io Sky versus Stephanie Bakera, and the winner will become the women's world champion. Bobby, you got for this one?
I'm going to go with Stephanie, but let me put a little 2 cents into it. If it's a one-on-one match, I think it would win. But I really think that what's going to come down to is we're going to have an appearance from Asuka, and either she's going to cause Io to win purposely or accidentally. Asuka's going to make Io lose somehow. I don't know if it's how it's going to be, accident or on purpose, but I think Asuka's going to be the X factor in this match.
Okay.
I'm going with Stephanie to win.
Um, I'm gonna go with Stephanie to win. I don't see Io winning this. Although I mean, I wouldn't be against it either because Io's she was a great champion back when she had it. Um, but I don't see Io. I got a feeling Stephanie's gonna pull off the win, but it's gonna be a very hard fought victory for her. Um,
You think Asuka's going to have an opinion in this?
Beg pardon?
You think Asuka's going to have a play in this?
Oscar might. It would be interesting to see a feud between between Io Sky and Oscar, and then you have Kyrie Sane who's in the middle of it because Kyrie has history with both women.
Yeah.
I mean, she's been in stables with not just this stable, but in Stardom. She's been in stables with both women.
Kabuki Warriors and Sky Pirates.
Kabuki Warriors and what was the other one?
Sky Pirates in
Not
NXT.
just that, she was in.
Let me tr-
Um, let
let me
me try
check
to
the
back a bit. She was in. I'm sure she was in. Hold on, let me see. Give me a second, y'all. Let me look at cage match real quick. Let me. I know she's. I think one stable she was in with Oscar was called Nine Tails. Not the Pokemon, by the way, y'all. But let me see. Um, let me see. Let me pull up her cage match stuff. I know she was in one. She was in one stable with Kyrie Sane called Freedom, which also had Mayu Iwatani, who was one of the most impressive, who is one of the most impressive wrestlers in Japan. And I can tell you right now, if Mayu Iwatani gets signed to WWE, y'all better watch out. Y'all better hope she does not reunite with Io and Kyrie because all hell's gonna break loose in WWE. But let me see here. She was in a. Let me pull up real quick. So Io Sky was in a tag team. Well, she was in Sky Pirates. The team she was in with Asuka, who at that time was known as Kana, was called Triple Tails. So I got the tails part right. Just the number was a bit too much. It was supposed to be triple, not nine. But Triple Tails, it was her, Asuka, and her sister, who a lot of y'all I'm pretty sure did not know, um, also wrestles. Mio Shirai. Mio Shirai, I believe, has retired, or she may have came out of retirement, but they were a tag team. But also, she was also in a tag team with and Kyrie Sane um was also in a tag team. I don't. Let me see. I'm not. My apologies, y'all. I don't watch a lot of Stardom, although I should. Kyrie was also in a tag team called in. Let me see. Actually, no, Kyrie was not in a he wasn't in a stable with Asuka until they went WWE. But still, I mean, she still has history with Asuka. So it'll be interesting to see what side she goes. But in all honesty, I think bottom line is getting back on topic. I think Stephanie Bakira is going to become the um the new world women's world champion. But and then she's going to make history because she's going to be the first South American to do so, if I'm not mistaken. So that's awesome too, as well. Um, okay, so
She the only South American wrestler?
yeah,
No.
she's the only one, but she's not the first one to win a championship. I mean, if you really want to get technical about it, it was my fellow countryman Ezekiel Jackson who actually
Yeah,
um
I think there's talking about
made
women.
history. Huh?
I think there's talking about the women, not the men.
Oh, okay. No, no, no. There's nobody else to my knowledge. Um,
I don't think there's ever been one that was from South America.
Actually, there was a Brazilian Rita. Actually, no, there were two of them. There was what's his name's wife, Sammy Guevara's wife, Tainara Conti. She was Brazilian, but she was dirty, but she never really had that much shine. And
Was
then you
she only
had, huh?
was she only in NXT?
She was only in NXT, yeah,
Yeah,
but she didn't really get to do much.
yeah.
And then there was Rita Reis, who was also Brazilian
I don't
as
know.
well.
I don't
So
know her.
I'm gonna go with Stephanie Becker to win that. So the next match we have is the last match, the main event of WrestlePalooza. We have the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, versus the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. This match is for the undisputed WWE Championship, and Cody is the defending champion. Bobby, who you got for this one? I already know. I already know who you're gonna pick, but go ahead. Go
Drew
ahead
Mc-
and say.
the Scottish Warrior Drew
I
McIntyre.
know. I should have bet a Chick-fil-A sandwich on this. I don't. It doesn't matter what Cody Rhodes does. You always say that man sucks. He debuted in 2007.
No,
He's a
I did not
rookie.
say he sucks. I just don't think he's. I think he's overhyped.
I don't think so, man. Look,
The
there's
man is
some
not.
people.
The man is not an entertaining champion. I'm sorry. Drew McIntyre has better. That is better, more entertaining than Cody Rhodes.
Drew McIntyre's entertained. Oh,
More
come
entertaining.
on. You know what?
Cody
You're
Rhodes.
entitled.
Cody Rhodes is whiny. He's whiny. He cries too much.
You're
I don't
entitled
like
to your
him.
own opinion, bro.
You don't think Cody Rhodes whines? That
Drew
man cries about
McIntyre.
everything.
Listen, the only time I ever found Drew McIntyre entertaining was in Three Man Band. Other than that, I'm like, okay, Drew McIntyre, what does he have to say? And then I fall asleep during part of his program. I wake up, I'm like, oh, is he
That
done yet?
man carried. That man carried the business during the pandemic. You can't say he didn't.
When it was a pandemic, that could have been anybody. And let's be honest, if Vince McMahon had snapped out of his funk and made Cody Rhodes champion earlier, like in 2018, he wouldn't have gone to AEW. The
He
only
was.
reason why
He
I mean, I'm not
wasn't
trying.
good when he was with Randy Orton and Legacy.
Yeah, because he was up and coming. It's the same thing with Dominic Mysterio. I know you probably say Dominic Mysterio sucks, but that was an awkward part of his career. That was early in his career.
I guess.
I mean, I know you have your own. You're entitled to your own opinions, but I watch and see. You see Dom. Watch out for Dom. He's gonna be something big soon. Watch and see. Watch and see. He's right now. He's going through his the same phase Cody Rhodes on when he was dashing Cody Rhodes or Rhodes Scott or Cody Rhodes. But eventually, he's gonna get to that point where he's a face and he's getting cheered a lot. So
Dom, every match
yeah,
he wins by cheating.
huh?
He always cheats to win. Every match he won so far, El Grande Americano helps him win.
Because he's dirty Dom. Because he's not clean Dom. He's dirty Dom. So he's gonna win dirty. He's not gonna win clean. And
Because
his
you can't
father's
win. Because you
his
can't
dad
win
is Eddie,
clean.
his real dad is Eddie Guerrero. So come on, man. What do you expect?
He can't win clean. I've never seen that man win a match by himself ever.
Because he's dirty dumb.
Even before that, he still lost.
Hey, he's just living up to his name. But I'm gonna go with who I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna go Cody Rhodes to win. I don't see Cody Rhodes losing. Um, although like I said, I wouldn't mind Drew winning because now if Drew wins, the next event which we have is gonna be Crown Jewel. He's gonna face Seth Rollins, and that's gonna be an interesting match. You know,
Yeah,
heel versus
we saw
heel.
Cody versus Seth already.
Huh?
Yeah, we saw Cody versus Seth Rollins already.
No, I'm talking about Drew McIntyre versus
Yeah, I'm
Seth
just
Rollins.
saying, but you said Cody's gonna win though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but Cody's facing a. If Cody wins at Crown Jewel, he's gonna face a different um a different Seth Rollins. Actually, no, the next event. Oh no, that's NXT. I was looking at that. Yeah, so Crown Jewel is the next event for WWE. So yeah, Cody is going to be facing a different Seth Rollins, and yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Cody. I don't see Cody Rhodes losing though, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't mind seeing Drew McIntyre win. I mean, the man said he's always wanted to win in front of the crowd, and I mean, I guess it wouldn't be bad if he did. Although, like I say, he's not my cup of tea. I never really cared for the guy, but I mean, it is what it is. So yeah, that's the card. So Bobby, I'm gonna ask you: do you have any final predictions for this card? Any general predictions for this card, like
Um,
returns, breakups, who might make an appearance?
maybe they might do something special because on ESPN, the first ESPN preview. But besides that, no.
Okay. Um, honestly, I think this is gonna be the beginning of the end for the Usos. I think they're gonna break up after this, and hopefully this leads to Jimmy. Jay's gonna turn heel because it looks like that's where he's going to that's where he's going towards. And I think I remember Jimmy said the last time I checked, there's no ulafala on your around your neck. So Jay kind of took that to heart because you remember back in the day, Jay was trying to he's had like a match or two against Roman, and he's been unsuccessful to get that ulafala. So in all honesty, I think that just mess with Jay's mind. He's gonna turn heel. I hope this leads honestly to Jimmy getting a singles run though. Like he deserves it. The man is hella funny, and I know they're twins, but I could see the differences between them. Yeah, Jay gets the crowd pumped up, but to me, Jimmy has more charisma, and he's hella funny. I'm telling you. I think Jimmy could be a clown. I mean this in the most respectful way. Jimmy, please don't whoop my butt if you ever see me. But I think Jimmy could be a clown. Could be mad goofy. I could be mad goofy. Bob, you've been around me. You know how I be. So I
Yeah.
mean that in a good way. But if on his own without the rest of his like away from his family, I think we could see this guy be like hella funny, man. Like, and I hope he gets that chance. I really truly hope he does. But that's the only thing I have right now. Um, and I think after this tag team match, once the Vision win, we're gonna see those guys go after the tag team titles. I mean, that's the only next step. That's the only next step. A tag team title shot. And once that happens, now you've done it the right way. Now all the members of that stable have tag team gold. Have gold. So I think after
I
this match,
think they're gonna add Becky to that stable.
big run.
You think Becky's gonna join them?
Becky already joined them, if I'm not mistaken. She
She
already
did.
joined them,
So
which
she.
would be a,
So
which would be a
that's
smart move.
that's smart. Then
Well,
yeah,
accor-
those have what titles now. The missing the U.S. title. Huh.
well, according to Wikipedia, although people have said they're not the most credible source. Um, Becky Lynch is a part of the Vision, and according to Cage Match, she's a part of the Vision too. So I guess she's an official member. So yeah, that's just my general position. I don't have anything else. I'm just looking forward to seeing this event tomorrow. And so one more question, Bobby. What match are you most excited to see? What match are you looking forward to? That match that you're going to be looking at, that you're going
Um,
to be so focused on, like you don't want to hear nothing from nobody. You don't want to see nothing. You just want to see and hear and watch that particular match.
Cena and Brock Lesnar.
Okay,
That's my
mine
first.
is actually mine. Honestly, is actually going to be that mixed tag team match. I'm just curious to see how things are going to be. You know, I'm glad Becky got her comeuppance briefly for putting her hands on CM Punk. Becky, I don't care if you come after me with this one. I don't care if you see this and you want to kick my butt afterwards. But that's what happens when you get involved in grown man business. You get a grown woman who's one of those grown men's wife, or you get a grown woman who's that grown man's wife coming after you. So congratulations. My name ain't DJ Khaled, but you played yourself.
Is AJ older than Becky?
Huh?
Is AJ older than Becky?
Let me see. They're the same. They were born the same year, so they're around. They're the same age. But I believe. Hold on. Let me see. I believe Becky is older by a few months, and yeah, she's older by a few months, by 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I could tell you, to me, AJ looks. Um, to me, AJ looks like mad younger than Becky. Man, like it's like somebody's big sister fighting the little sister when I see them.
Well, Spanish girls usually look younger than white girls, you know?
This
Generally.
guy,
I don't know, it's not racist or anything, but generally that's what it looks like.
Bobby, your own people, you gonna do that too? Oh, let me stop, man. Let me stop. Let me stop. Anyways, before Bobby gets us canceled off here, yeah, that's the card for WrestlePalooza that we just went through. If y'all have y'all's own opinions or your own predictions, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. We're gonna try to have some polls up for WrestlePalooza and also for AEW All Out up tomorrow. Man, yo, y'all wrestling fans of today, y'all got it lucky, man. Y'all got two wrestling shows back to back. Bob, you remember back in the day when we watched it? We only got
One month. 1 month, if that.
one show per month.
If that.
Y'all got two shows in one
Sometimes
day.
three. Sometimes three shows.
Sometimes three shows. Like y'all,
AAW, TNA, they got all that.
yeah, y'all better be grateful and stop all this ridiculous tribalism and just be a happy wrestling fan, man. Like, jeez, if y'all grew up in our day, man, don't get me started, man. Don't get me started. But
We
anyways,
had we had to pay like $40 to watch it, not 10.
well, technically it was 20 because when we went by Hot Shots, we didn't pay that much because we went by Hot Shots and we just went and
For free.
we just, as long as we ordered something, a burger and fries with a soda, you were good. They
Yeah.
didn't bother you, you know. And then you sat, and that was so that was, I guess, our fee of getting into there. So man,
We
I
used to
miss
go, we
those.
used to go early.
What'd you say?
Remember?
What was that, Bobby? You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. What were you saying just now? I didn't get that.
I used to go to that place like at least 2 hours early before the show even started and hang out.
What'd you say?
We used to go there early and like
Oh, yeah.
started
I
like
think we used to go like we used to go like an hour, 2 hours early just to hang
yeah.
out, chill. Oh man,
Well, you
me,
had
you,
to
and
get good, you had to get good seats.
man, me, you, and Dustin sometimes. Oh man,
The Lonely Burger. Remember
oh
that?
man. And then we went from there to Doghouse Bar and Grill, which It was okay, but Hot Shots was our home, man. Like that was our like base of operations, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, we hope y'all we hope y'all enjoy those two shows tomorrow, AEW All Out and WWE WrestlePalooza. With that being said, Bobby, I know it was last minute, but thank you very much for you know agreeing to be on at the last minute. You're always welcome on here. And with that being said, before we shut this show down, where can fans find you on social media when they want to talk wrestling and all that great stuff?
Bobby Stryker on Twitch.com and Bobby Stryker on X.
Cool. And if you want to find me on social media, not that I say a lot of cool things, but I do go to a lot of cool places. I might be in Toronto next week, and after that, next month, I may be in Indonesia if everything goes right. If you want to follow my adventures there, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok at the Remy Blue. I'm also on Blue Sky at remyblue.bsky.social, and I'm also on Facebook as you guessed it, Remy Blue. So feel free to add me on there. Our podcast is also on social media. We're on Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky all across the board at Ringside Society. It's at Ringside Society. We're also on Twitch at Ringside Society 2019. We're on Facebook as a Facebook group. We're also on Spotify and Teespring, where we sell official Ringside Society merchandise. And last but not least, we're also on YouTube, where you can see cool episodes like this one, like the one I did yesterday for AEW All Out, where I gave my predictions there. And we have several other great episodes that you can watch as well. And to see them, it's really simple. It's not rocket science. It's not even pre-algebra. Just go on YouTube and type in Ringside Society. I want to see that really good looking dark blue and light blue yin yang sign with the blue flames around it. That's where you know it's us. So make sure you subscribe to all our videos because we got a lot of cool stuff coming up and you don't want to miss a thing like Aerosmith in 1998. But with that being said, we just want to thank everybody tuning live tonight. Thank you very much. We were very grateful and really appreciate it. We strive on being one of the best wrestling podcasts, and not just one of the best wrestling podcasts, one of the realest wrestling podcasts a wrestling fan could, should, and would listen to. And we're not going to stop being that. To those of y'all that are going to listen later on, you get a chance. Thank you very much in advance. And those of y'all that hate us, can't stand us, really and truly wish we would just go away. Well, like myself at Gordon Corral, we're not going anywhere for a while. And with that being said, we just want to let everybody know we get it and we see it. Everybody and their grandparents and their parents have a podcast. But we're not your grandparents' podcast. We're not your parents' podcast. As a matter of fact, we're not just any podcast. Bobby, you've been on long enough. So I'm going to let you do this. Hey, yo, Bobby, one time for the mind, one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, and one time for WWE WrestlePalooza. What type of podcast are we?
The Wrestling Fan Podcast.
That's right. We're the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. And we'll be back next week with another impressive guest or impressive guests, wink, wink, on another impressive episode. But until then, we just have two, no, three, no, four favors for y'all. Stay safe, stay healthy, be excellent to each other, and enjoy wrestling. We out. Peace.